We want to record it.
All right, it's a little after 4. We'll call the October Public Works meeting to order. A roll call.
Carroll. Manning. Here. Cosgrove.
Here.
Williamson. Here. Cooey and McGuire. Here. You have 4 present. You have 1.
Okay, verification of open meetings laws compliance. I assume it was posted properly.
Yes, the meeting was properly used.
All right, looking for a motion to approve the agenda. 13 point. Motion by Gary. Second. Second by Steve. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed. All right, approval of the minutes from the September 5th meeting. I wasn't here.
Don't have to. I move to approve the minutes that presented.
Dan second.
Who seconded it?
Dan.
Dan.
Gary and I weren't here.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Public comment. Anybody in the public comment section online?
You're not voting, so.
Okay. Election of Public Works Standing Committee Chair and Vice Chair.
Do you want me to talk for a minute?
Sure.
I did talk to Chad and I talked to Mr. Cooey. Chad would like to stay as vice chair because of his new business ventures, not always being 100% being able to be here, like all of us have jobs other than here, so Mr. Cooey said he would take it if I guess we got everybody, but we missing? Cooey and Carol. Cooey and Carol. So I would nominate Mark Cooey as the chairman, if Mr. Cosgrove was still okay with going that route.
All right, all those in favor of nominating Mark as the chair, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. And Vice Chair.
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Who was the first for the chair? Or the
Gary.
vice chair?
Gary was.
Gary, and then second by Steve Williamson for Chad as vice chair, right?
Correct.
Caught up, Mr.
Yes, I'm good.
All right, reports. First one's property management, Randy.
Okay, I've got just a few items here. First one is I'm accepting parking lot, resurfacing, or not resurfacing, but seal coating bids or
Crack filling was it?
crack filling and spraying across the street at
Oh.
Health and Human Services. Waiting on 2 more bids. I've received 1 already. We're running around $6,500 for that. I'm guessing the next 2 are gonna be a lot higher, but we'll see when they come in. So I'm waiting on those. Next one is Pumpkin Fest. We've had the request for the courthouse lawn again for October 23rd through the 27th. To use the same area they used last year.
Fence it all up.
Fence it all off, so we will need fencing from the highway and posts. And we will do all the fencing. We'll get that all up. They want it up by the 22nd, the night before, because they're gonna start receiving pumpkins on the 23rd already. And do all their setup during that week. So
Only, is there any wires, gas lines or anything?
there's absolutely nothing, because we had it marked before. We had it marked once before, so we know exactly. We're running along the sidewalk. So we did it last year. We'll do exactly the same thing as last year.
We almost had an incident at the fairgrounds 2 or 3 years ago, just making sure.
Yep, they wanted exactly the same thing we did last year. So just need approval for that.
I would move to approve the Pumpkin Fest to use the fairground property. I'm
No.
gonna say October 22nd.
Courthouse.
Oh, Cordell, yeah. Let's send them out there. Cordell property, 22nd through the 27th, or do you need the 28th?
Nope, 22nd to the 27th.
All right.
I'll second that. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, next one is we received our 2 replacement units from Train for our heating units that they sent us the 2 wrong ones. And we finally received those, so now we're all kosher with, the train units. I'll upgrade them and get them taken care of later, but, so we have 2 backups now for the building. Next one is we received a request from Lisa Bailing. Used to be part of campus. She worked out at the campus at one time as an advisor of some kind of an advisor out there. They're asking to borrow 4 chairs and 2 tables, 2 high tables from Melville Hall for the high school musical. From now till, as soon as they can get them, till November 8th, 9th, and 10th is the musical for the high school. But they need those tables for part of their musical. And they're asking to borrow them for that time, for a month, a little over a month, and then would return them back to us on the 11th.
All they'll move them there, move them back, or?
Yep, they'll do all the moving. I don't have to do anything. I just need to open the door and let them in and get the 2 tables and 4 chairs. And I showed them to Candace today. So, again, they're just asking to borrow them. So,
I make a motion, we love to do it.
I'll figure it.
Any discussion on that, Dan? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Good to go.
Okay, last one is, had a request for a memorial to be placed on the county courthouse lawn. Again, this is through another person. It's a memorial for Jim Patch, who was a member of the community, and I think he was a member of the county board too, if I remember when I read it here. Yeah, he was a member of the county board for many years. She was asking to have a tree placed on the lawn and so on and so forth. And after speaking with Candace, I think we need to curb that. We can't have any more trees and memorials and stuff on the lawn. A suggestion was made by an employee, which I think is great. We've got the bench over there for Bev Burns. And I have those 24 by 24 pavers already set up to walk up in there. I think if we want to do memorials in the future, that would be a perfect place. If somebody wants to have a paver engraved with something on it, the cost is up to them to have it all made up, and I will place it in that area, so we have all the memorials in one place. We got lots of room. We could put 50 memorials in there. But I don't want all this stuff in the lawn, because it'll be a mess. They wanted to put a tree in, they wanted to put a sign up or a plaque. And it's like,
You draw the line.
right. I think that's a good place for all of our memorials. It's already set up. We could just put my sand in, put my pavers in, and so it's just a suggestion that one of the employees brought up, and I think it'd work great for that area.
Need a motion on that, Randy?
Yeah, because she's wanting to do something the first part of October here.
I really like that idea. I think it makes a lot of sense.
And I mean, if it gets approved, then I will approach her with this. Tell her this is what we will do for you if you would like to do it. So sue somebody.
Sue Patch. The white cat.
Yeah, Sue Patch.
Yeah, that's what.
She just saw that what we had done for Bev, and then somebody had mentioned a tree and so on and so forth, and so.
She's leaving in about a week for the rest of the winter. That's probably.
Yeah, she said she was gonna be leaving, so she wanted to get it taken care of get the okay and get it taken care of, so.
Talks to, we can always pick up the block if they get it done, wherever they get it.
Yeah, that's fine, or if they have somebody that'll deliver it to me, I'll get it taken care of and put it all in, that's not a problem at all. But I just think that's a great area for memorials if we're gonna do
Maybe
something.
someone, that's what we do, however we want to.
I'll second. Any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
That's all I have
Chris?
for mine.
Highway Commissioner. Administrative report.
Okay, first we'll start with monthly bills. Remember, we're always a month behind and we didn't have a chance to review them last meeting. So I'll start with the July vouchers that would have been presented at the September meeting. Grand total that month was $705,170.39. Some of the larger ticket items on there are DL Gasser, that's blacktop, some of the wedging and the capping that for culverts and also for seal coating. Morton salt, that was our salt for the year. That was $158,783. And then Scott's Construction, which was also blacktop because we're pulling out of multiple different plants, so depending on what they're making at the time. So that was another $71,948.10. So those were some of the big ticket items in July. And then in August, grand total for that month was $584,778.49. Again, you got DL Gasser on there for cold mix blacktop, Flint Hills, that was for the seal coating that we did this year. And then again, another big one was like Scott Construction, another $135,927.68. Again, that's blacktop for wedge capping and culverts. And understand that's not just laid down on county roads, it's also state roads, and then we receive reimbursement through the state on those expenditures. So that's the bills. Over the past month, the state has been busy out on Highway 14, as everybody saw. That's material they're laying down is called mastic. It's just basically a hot tar oil, and it has like chips and everything in it, and it has a rubberized coating. So basically, it's meant to bind all the cracks together. It's not meant to smooth out the road. It is meant to bind what's there as a last-ditch Band-Aid effort to last until 2026, when the state plans on replacing that stretch of Highway 14. And then they were doing a bunch of miscellaneous small stuff like road ditching jobs and culverts. County seal coating, that was completed. We just finished up the center line on those roads, and that was again double Z from County Road Q to County Road A, County Road double I from County Road I to County Road B, and County Road UU from 171 to double K. Otherwise, they've been mowing. They finished the radio tower roads, and they just got done blacktopping on County Road BB. And they just got a few driveways and stuff to finish up, and then we'll put the shoulder gravel in, and then that'll also get painted. And that should take care of the report, Chair.
I don't think, if you said that it wasn't meant to take some of the bumps out, it sure made a hell of a difference.
What it does do is it dampens the blow on your vehicle because it's rubberized, it has give to it. So when your vehicle goes across, it actually acts as a shock absorber. So it does, dampen the blow, but it's actually not smoothing out the road.
I wouldn't even drive in that right lane with the dump truck. You're just all over the place. And now, I mean, you can tell it's a little bit of bump, but it's definitely intense.
Like it was before.
Yeah. It's an extremely slow process. I know there's a lot of times they're watching this county or the state employees or the county employees out there standing. You have to understand those are 30-pound blocks and they're solid, and they have to go into a heating element and actually be broken down into a pliable substance. And in 1 second out on the 4-lane, you go through whole blocks worth of material, and then you're waiting an additional half an hour, 45 minutes for the next block to break down to actually be able to use it. So it's a slow process, but it's a Band-Aid for the road to get it through a little longer to prevent some blowouts.
Do you see an issue with snowplows plowing it off or anything?
There was a test strip done last year in front of Tractor Supply, and it holds up well against snowplows because again, it dampens some of the blow, and the snowplows fly right over the top of it.
Is it slippery when it's wet?
No.
Motorcycles and stuff like that, they're good?
No, because there's gravel chips in there to give it texture.
Make a motion, we pay your bills.
Do we have to do that anymore?
No.
Don't do that anymore?
No. But I do have a question, Josh. How much for another preheater? So you'd have your second block already warming?
That unit, we actually don't own, we rent it, and I think that one came from, escapes me off the top of my head, but it's basically one big unit. We can't get a second heater for doing that.
Just curious.
Be nice and good though.
Yeah, especially with that, because probably gonna end up doing it again next year. Because that will not last. If it lasts till 2026, that'd be great.
Again, that's a rental unit. You can get larger units with larger capacity to stay at it longer, but the problem is the state only allows so much money to be spent on that equipment.
Is this a process you have to hire out, or do you do it in shop?
We do it internal.
Oh, you
All right, any other questions for Josh? On the campus bridge update.
Not much to update at this point in time because we just got everything approved and proceed forward. So right now they're looking at how the utilities will affect it. They did their boring to see what kind of soil samples and everything they have for the new bridge. Not expecting too much new news and probably till the beginning of next year when it's ready to go out for, bids for a construction company. So it's kind of just status quo for right now.
And went over the new bridge today, I see they're starting with the demo of the old ones. Do you know what their process is at or anything?
What bridges are you referring to?
Down to Lone Rock. They're taking down the old ones now, right?
Yeah, they start on that. That process will take an additional year. I do know that, some of those bridges will be tore down in their entirety, but then I think there was an opportunity because of the historical value of those bridges that they were willing to let somebody take them as is. They would have to be removed from that location, but then reassembled in their entirety at a separate location back to original standards. So that's all out of my purview. That's the state's, and I don't have much to do with that.
No, I heard that all the rock they've been using to cross between the new one and they got rocks next to the old one that all have to come back out of the river, correct?
Generally, yes, the DNR have pretty strict standards on what rock goes into the river, and they have to put up netting and silt and so on and so forth. Like anything that they take down has to be cleaned out of that river when it's all said and done.
All right. Discussion and possible action on bid opening and approval for snowmobile replacement bridge.
Okay, so since this is the committee that the Snowmobile Alliance now answers to through me, we had to do a bid for a snowmobile bridge replacement. So I drafted the RFP, went out, advertised for 2 weeks. We did get 2 bids back for that. This was a grant through the Snowmobile Alliance from the state of Wisconsin. This is no county dollars involved with it. This is all DNR dollars funding this. The grant, the original grant amount was, I think, $98,200. There is a whole list of people we send that out to besides just putting it out in the newspaper. The RFP was a several page long document with all the bid requirements similar to what we do at highway with pictures of the existing bridge. They were also required to remove the old bridge, which is in very bad shape right now. If you have time, you want to look at the RFP. So at this point, that's that down. Gary, if you would be wanting to open that up, we can see what they came in as bid, see what company it was.
Where is it, that, oh, there's.
Yeah.
You like that explanation?
Cool. So the 2 companies, the company that I have in my hand is Custom Manufacturing from Clinton, Wisconsin. Who do you have, Gary?
Jeffrey eBay, is that, am I reading it all Florida? Looks like Florida, Wisconsin, Florida. Gelder, Branch Mill, Snowmobile Bridge, Grant Tow, 75,000. That's 45 by 12. Has a 25,000 pound weight limit.
Okay, would you pass it down so I can see it, please?
Glen, Flora, Wisconsin.
What's the name of the second one? Abby's what?
Ebby's, portable fabrication and welding, that is spelled E as in echo, B as in boy, Y as in yellow, S. They're from Glen, Flora, Wisconsin. And the person that submitted this was a Jeffrey Ebby, which must be an owner, and it would be a total of $75,000 to come in and put a new bridge in place and remove the old one. It'll be a 45 by 12 foot bridge at, with a capacity of 25,000 pounds. The second bid is from Custom Manufacturing, which does have a history with the Snowmobile Alliance. They have done quality work in the past. I do know this. They have came recommended. Their deadline to install this bridge is worth noting is December 15th of this year. They do have to meet that. So I have talked to Hebbies before I was able to review that. They are going to meet that deadline of installment by December 15th and removal of the old bridge. Okay, it looks like Custom Manufacturing with a 45-foot deck, 25,000 pound load capacity, 12 foot wide. Looks like their total comes in at $65,900. Under those parameters, I would say that Custom Manufacturing has won this bid. And being as though they have worked with the Snowmobile Alliance in the past with Richland County. And this will have to be forwarded on and a final resolution presented and accepted at full county court.
They haven't changed their bids much in the last couple of years. I know before, was it 2 years ago or just 1 year ago, they had 60,000.
Yeah.
I would move to approve custom manufacturing bid of $65,900 for the new bridge replacement by the deadline of 12/15/24.
Thanks. Any other discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, hey, sorry I'm late. Could we have the RFP and the bids put in our committee folder so we can see them?
Yes. We can do that. We've opened them.
Yeah, they'll be uploaded.
All right,
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Carries. Discussion and possible action for installation of crisis hotline signage in the courthouse.
I was not at the public safety meeting, but it was recommended or requested by DA Harper that some signs be placed around various places in the courthouse. I believe I did upload some examples to your committee folder, so you should have them. So I believe it was addressed in public safety and it was punted to you guys here as it was a buildings type item. So if, I think that the motion or the direction that's being requested is just approval to place those signs throughout the courthouse. And again, the samples of the signs, I believe that DA Harper already has the signs purchased. They have them. They just need approval to place them. So that's what this item is about.
She has emailed me and, I haven't gone up to look at them yet, but it's not a problem to put them up somewhere so people can see them. She has to have them like put on bathrooms, all doors, so people can see them. And I'll make sure they get anchored so they don't get removed.
I was at that meeting and it gives an option other than calling 911.
Right.
To get help. I think it's a really good idea.
Look for a motion to approve that. Motion by Gary.
I'll second.
Boyer beat you to it.
Okay.
Boyer was the second. All right, any other discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Future agenda items. Steve, you got anything?
No,
Team times two. Dan? Oh, Gary? All right, correspondence.
None to report from me.
All right. Motion to adjourn. Got a motion to adjourn. Second?
Sure.
Steve?
Yeah.
All right, all in favor,
Aye.
signify by saying aye.
Aye. Don't hear more of you. I'm gonna Carol.
Present, just to throw everybody off, every once in a while he throws in a present.